Yo, what's up guys? Jason Ma the Magician, and welcome back to the 365 Days of Magic Challenge. That's right, for the entire year of 2023, I'm doing a different magic trick every single day, and also a different piece of content every single day. And in this video, I want to share with you my top 5 favorite classic magic effects. I'm talking old school, I'm talking the school is old. Now there's no question, magic's been around for a long time, and some of the tricks that were used like 5,000 years ago are still used today, which when you think about it is kind of insane. Now before we dive into it, make sure that you smash like if you haven't already and subscribe. With every new subscriber, we can get one step closer to completely feeding my ego. So, enjoy. All right, coming at you with trick number 1, watch the stick. There's nothing actually up there, it's just misdirection so that you don't look here, you know what I'm saying? Of course, I can demonstrate this a lot better with this white ball. Pay close attention to the stick as I wave over, under, and tap, and you'll miss that the ball disappeared. I actually dropped it down here into my pocket, you see that? Of course, the way that this trick works is that I use an extra ball the whole time, you see that? That's part of the trick, so if I drop it like that, it'll travel here, and then with a shake, it jumps over to there. And that's of course possible because of the extra ball that was hidden in the middle the whole time. Now, a lot of people don't realize that if you take one of the balls and you squeeze and blow, it'll be misdirection enough that you won't see me put it inside of my hat, you see that? Of course, that's only possible because of the extra ball that was hidden right there in the middle, and that's basically a lesson in misdirection. That right there is the multiplying billiard balls. Not many people do that anymore, and I'm not actually that great at it. I'm okay at it. Actually, here's something pretty cool you can do with a multiplying billiard ball. Watch as I wave and the ball disappears completely. Ooh. Okay, it's here on the table, but you wouldn't have known that if I didn't show you. Now, of course, the billiard balls is not the oldest trick that I'm going to show you. In fact, this one here is dated back to around like 1875, so it's like, I don't know, 150 years old. Pretty old though. Now up next is a trick that's like 2,000 years old, the linking rings, baby. Now this one is a goodie. Let me show you. All right, the infamous linking rings, 4 solid separate steel rings. Of course, check them out, they're made out of solid gold. I had them chrome plated to protect the gold. Watch close as I blow, and they appear to link impossibly as if by freaking magic. That's 2 rings, no gaps, no breaks, none of that good stuff. All you've got to do is touch the rings together so slow that Ray Charles could have followed that, and somehow they appear to be linked. Of course, the truth is it's all about angles. From this side it looks terrible, but from this side it looks really convincing, you see. It's also the audible sound of it clinking together that makes it seem like they're linked, you know. Then if I tap them together like this, we actually get a weird looking chain, or we can actually have one ring to rule them all. If you get that reference, you're my friend now. But look, if I blow, one of the rings will melt through as if by freaking magic, baby, passing through like a ghost through a castle wall. Now, if you watch this space right about here, you'll actually see the moment that the second ring melts right off, leaving us with just 2 to go. And these 2 are kind of funky because you already know they're not linked, but your average Joe isn't gonna know. And what you've got to do is give it the spinneroony 6,000. That's what does it. You see, this is the 6,000 portion, and when I snap, it'll actually completely separate, leaving me with 4 separate steel rings, and that is the Chinese linking rings, baby! That's right, the Chinese linking rings. Now, you'd think that they would have originated in China, but that's just not the truth. They actually originated in like Turkey and Egypt and stuff like that, Middle East area. So that's a fun fact that I learned. I don't know why they call it the Chinese linking rings though. Now up next is one that I like to refer to as the bread and the butter. No, it's a trick that I perform on the regular, I would say almost daily in fact. The cups and the balls. Alright, here it is, the cups and the balls, baby. You need 3 solid copper cups, okay? Solid on the outside, solid on the inside. Oh, wait a second, that's not supposed to happen. There we go, nice and tight. Now, as well as this, we got the magic stick. The stick's made out of Teflon. Watch the stick, non-stick. Okay, that's a really bad joke, I'm sorry. Now, as well as that, we also have this, a tiny little ball, okay? This is the magic ball. All you've got to do is watch the ball close as it's placed on top of cup number 1. When I spin and tap, we actually get ball number 2, and ball number 2 has a unique quality in that it can actually pass straight through solid. How cool is that, man? That's ball number 2. Ball number 3 is actually the most difficult. You got to spin, and then it's actually just there on top of the cup, but whether you saw it or not is irrelevant. What's actually actually important here is that we've got to take the balls one at a time, and if I wave over, under, and tap, it'll disappear. I can do it again with this ball here. Watch close as I just pass the stick through the hand and it disappears, leaving us with the last ball. And the last ball is the most difficult because now you know what to expect. You got to blow on it, and the ball is gone. No, it's not in my mouth. It's actually here underneath these cups, which drives the audience wild with applause. But watch this, if I get rid of 2 of the balls, not many people know, but this used to be an old gambling game. They just go in there like that, and all I have to do is cover this one up. I move the cups around, and all you'd have to try and do is tell me where's the ball. Now, if you said it was over here, you'd absolutely be correct, because I didn't want you to get it wrong, so I left you one over here. I even left you one over here, so you couldn't possibly get it wrong. Now, of course, the way it works is whenever I say I make the ball disappear, I don't really make the ball disappear. When I pass the stick through the hand, I actually keep it over here. It's called sleight of hand, and that's really all magic is. It's just lies, deceit, and disappointment. Then what I do is I drop it from behind the cup. People think it was there the whole time. So all you'd have to do is tell me how many balls are under this middle cup. If you said 1, you're on fire, baby. It sure is 1, but this one comes back. That, of course, means that under this cup here, we've got 2, and if I take 1 away, you guessed it, we still got 2. In fact, if I tap the cup twice, we end up with 3, which doesn't make sense. Of course, if 3 go in, I tap like that, we get ourselves an orange. Oh my God. Orange, you're glad you watched this trick, because that right there is 2, and the 4th one is the most impressive, and that right there is the cups and the balls. Pretty slick, right? The cups and balls are certainly one of my favorite magic tricks, and for good reason, I think. The one thing I certainly love about old school tricks is that you can't rely on like gimmicks and self-working parts. You actually have to learn, like it's like an instrument, right? Imagine if someone just had a guitar that played itself. It wouldn't be impressive at all. And that's what I like about classics, is that you actually have to be good with your sleight of hand. You have to be good with your presentation. Otherwise, the tricks don't look good at all. They completely rely on the performer and not necessarily the prop. And that's what I love about classics. Which brings us to the next one, an old school classic, the ball and vase. The ball and vase, baby. The beautiful thing about this trick is that there's a very standard way to perform it, because this has been sold in children's magic kits, but essentially you would take a ball, it would disappear, and it would reappear inside of the vase, right? That's the raw basics of the trick. If you really wanted to take it to the next level though, you could pass the stick through the hand like this, have it reappear inside of the cup like that, you take it back out. All you got to do then is if I place it inside my pocket, I could simply snap the fingers and tap it with the magic wand, and it would change into a white ball. Then you could take that white ball, you place it right there on the table, and all I have to do is watch close, because it bounces pretty well, but if I give it a little squeeze and a wave, the ball disappears completely, comes right out of the old nasal cavity. You see that? Now I can do the same thing with the white ball, where it disappears and reappears inside of the vase. Or if you really want to get super freaky with it, what I like to do is to get rid of this ball entirely, and that'll of course just leave you with another white ball that's sitting right there inside of the vase. Yeah, now we can take this ball here, we get rid of that entirely, and of course that'll leave us with the red ball that's inside of the vase. It's been in there the whole time. Of course, if you really want to take this to the next level, you have to wave over, under, and tap. It disappears, reappears inside of the vase. Then you can take it here, and with a shake, it'll pass straight through like it goes through a castle wall. That's the ball and vase. Watch the stick. It was never here to begin with. It's actually inside of my... It's actually also inside of the vase. It's been in there the whole time. And that is the ball and vase, baby. The ball and vase, baby. That's the thing with classics as well, is that they're not set in stone the way that you perform them. You can actually jazz with them a little bit, have a bit of fun, and kind of do unique stuff. A lot of routines these days, like, they are set in stone. You have to do them this way, otherwise the trick won't, or the method won't work properly. Whereas with the classics, you can actually just proper jazz it. You know what I mean? Anyway, up last on this list, but certainly not least, is just a good old-fashioned card trick. You can't go wrong with a good old-fashioned card trick. It has been the staple of magic for hundreds and hundreds of years, and so we're going to do one to finish this video off. Alright guys, for this trick here, we get a card selected at random, and in this case it's going to be the 10 of hearts, and that actually just gets left in the center of the pack, and in order to locate it, we have to give it 1, 2, 3 cuts, and we snap the fingers, and it actually jumps to the top. Wait, that's not your card? Oh, damn. That's alright, watch close. All I have to do to locate your card is I give it 3 cuts more, and this right here is your 10 of hearts, and you can tell because look, oh, hang on a second. It's actually supposed to stick to the palm of my hand, that's how it looks. Second. There we go, look at that, huh? Doesn't that almost look like it's the 10 of hearts, especially when I place it right here, and this card becomes the 10 of hearts? Pretty slick, baby. Of course, that's not the best part. You could take this, you could sign your name on it. Check it out. I'm just going to write your name. Boom. Subliminal messaging. Subscribe, baby. Subscribe. Hang on, it's not focusing. Focus, you bastard. Jeez, I hate it when this happens. Anyway, watch the card here because that won't ever come off, okay? That name is never going to come off the card. But if I gave the card just a little rub, the card is gone. I know what you're thinking, though. It must be somewhere on the top, but it's not on the top and it's not on the bottom. You ever want it to come back, you have to snap the fingers. It'll come back cleverly disguised as a 6, but with a rub, it'll change into your card. That way, when I put it right there in the middle like this, it jumps back to the top, yeah? Is anybody following this? Does anybody care anymore? That's the real question. But watch close, okay? It goes right there in the middle, and we find it one last time without the use of my hands. All I have to do is I shuffle the cards up like this, and with just a quick flick, the card has actually completely disappeared from the deck. And I know what you're thinking. You've been watching me like a hawk the whole time. There's no way that's true. But right in front of you has been this mint container. And check it out, it's been double wrapped. Does that remind you of high school? Okay, that joke might be wildly inappropriate. But look at this, we crack it open. On the inside, there is one card, one blue card. And all you have to do is watch close as I dump it in my hand. Hang on. Get out of there. There we go. We dump it in my hand. And check this out. You can go back, you can double check, but that really is the exact same subscribe signature. And that right there is the classic of card magic. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that, my top 5 favorite classic magic tricks. If you do enjoy this type of content, make sure that you reflect it with that like button, okay? I'm talking to like the hell out of this video. And that's me done. That's day number 74. I'm gonna see you tomorrow.
Call me Bucky, lucky that I'm innocent. If I didn't have no morals, I'd be menacing.